guys, how you doing? jpsarrireviews here. Now, I always get excited when talking about Aaron Studios. Even though the company hasn't been here long, I don't remember any from the company, anything, like if I think 5 years ago. But in a very short amount of time, they have cemented their reputation by producing great quality products, very dynamic pieces in all sort of scales for so many different franchises. Today I want to talk about the DC license in particular, the new stuff that has come out for pre-order, particularly Wonder Woman versus Darkseid Diorama that I think is great. So in this video I want to break down the information that we have so far, the good and the bad, what I like, what I don't like. Also I'm going to talk about other pieces within the DC license in all sort of scales. So in the next couple of minutes, stay tuned. Alright guys, I'm here at Aaron Studios website and I'm going to have the link in the description for those who are interested. We're going to start with Batman Deluxe Art Scale 110, The Dark Knight. I love these films. The Dark Knight films are my favorites from DC. It is $169.99. There's a payment plan, or you can pay in full, up to 5 payments, which I think makes it very easier to digest in this investment. And we're going to look at the pictures in just a moment, but we are going to read the description first. It says Batman Deluxe Art Scale 110, The Dark Knight, licensed The Dark Knight, Art Scale it's 110, limited edition based on original movie references, made in polystone, hand painted. Now the product dimensions is 12.2 inches in height, 7.0 inches in width, 7.4 inches in length, and the product weight is 1.5 pounds. And the release schedule is 4th quarter of 2020. Of course, this always changes. This item will be shipped from our warehouse in Los Angeles, California. The pre-order deposit is 10% of the SRP and it's non-refundable. And of course, this is also available at Sideshow Collectibles, but you can buy directly from Aaron Studios. But here, as you can see, I really love this. It's a very simple concept. Nothing complicated on this. He's standing on this gargoyle, and this is based on the Dark Knight film, on the second film in the trilogy, which is not, I would say, my favorite. I know it's the favorite for almost everyone, but I prefer the last one in the trilogy. I don't know, I just love that one. I love endings. That's what I think. That's pretty much it. But love this. It's a very simple, piece. Nothing complicated. Of course, the price might be a stretch for some, but it's not really a small if you consider that base. Normally, I don't go for movie, in this case, resemblance when it comes about statues. I'd rather go for the comic book style, or in this case, the art. But that doesn't mean that this piece is bad or there's something wrong with this. I really love that. Even the oxidation and the paint that they did on this metal parts of this building. The Batman logo right there. That's super cool. Definitely really nice detail, even for 110 scale, as you can see. I wouldn't say that I was always crazy about the suit. I liked it, and I still like it. I wouldn't say that was the best, of course, and I think the most recent renditions of Batman have been better with Affleck. But I still think that there was a great Batman. I love Christian Bale and his depiction of Bruce Wayne, but also as Batman. And definitely a lot of great detail there, even in the belt. Maybe it needs a little more detail, as you can see right here. It's kind of weird looking. It may be too small, and the paint, it's not sloppy. It's just, I don't know, it just doesn't look right there. But look at this. I love this. Nice detail there. Definitely, this is a great piece. Now this Photoshop photo right there, looking great. Make it look even greater. Definitely nice. Of course, the lighting and all, these are Photoshop things, so they look fantastic. Look at that. Definitely, they're nice pictures. And this gives you an idea of the height of this piece. Definitely, it's tall for what it is, almost as tall as a 1.6, and in some cases, probably even taller. So it's great. I really like it. It's nothing wrong with it. This is a nice addition. Now we're looking at Wonder Woman. This is for the upcoming film, Wonder Woman Deluxe Art Scale 110. Very nice piece, $199.99, which is a lot more, and of course that raises some eyebrows for some collectors. You can go for the payment plan, 5 payments. And as you can see, it's the same information. License is Wonder Woman 84, art scale 110, limited edition based on original movie references, made in polystone, hand painted, includes 2 heads with and without helmet, which is another extra. And the dimensions is 12.5 inches, is as tall as the one as Batman, 7.4 inches in width, 9.4 inches in length. It weighs 2.2 pounds, so it's heavier than Batman. And this is scheduled for release in fourth quarter of 2020, and all the information we already read before. Now let's look at the picture. I really like this one. I really like this one for sure. Love the base, nice detail. Love the pose, it's very dynamic. Love the colors that they use for this, of course. Looks great if this is a prototype, of course. But love the design and the style. Definitely, I'm really looking forward to this film. Unfortunately, we have to wait a bit longer because of everything that is happening in the world, but I'm excited to watch it with my wife. It was supposed to this film was supposed to be out this weekend, but of course they push it, which is unfortunate. But man, I love this concept. Love this. Love the wood. This the stone, all this nature that is in this base. Now this is the interchangeable portrait. I love the likeness is there. It's very, very good. It's well done with the lasso of truth, and I love the detail they did in this, in the golden armor. Super nice. Look at that. Really love that. Definitely they did this has a fantastic finish right there, as you can see. Love that. Definitely love this. I think I have no complaints with this. Some people will mention the price, but in my opinion, it's a great piece. And as you can see, the extra hit right there. Very nice. So you have 2 options. I love that. And the lasso of truth, of course. So it has a lot of great. And of course, the Amazon right there. Well, that's what they use for reference. An Amazonian jungle right there. Super cool. Definitely, this is a nice piece. I really like this one a lot. And this gives us a reference of this, in this case, the height, the scale. Very nice. Definitely, this is as tall as well. So in my opinion, I think it warrants the price tag. Of course, some people are going to disagree because sometimes the idea is that, 110 is too small. And sometimes people don't see 110 as valuable. But in my opinion, it depends on the work that is done in these pieces. That's what really determines their value. And now we are moving on to the Joker Prime Scale 1/3 at DC Comics by Ivan Reis, depending on how you pronounce it. My Portuguese is poor, but at least I try. But here is, it's $999.99. It's $1,000, which is pricey, but don't forget this is a 1/3 scale. You can choose the payment plan that gives you the option of up to 8 payments, or you can pay in full. And of course, as you know, the information description is basic. They don't really go into the whole lengthy description. They just give you the basics. And of course, it's limited edition. It's based on concept art by Ivan Reis from DC Comics and Charusco Studios. Made in polystone, hand painted. Includes 2 interchangeable heads. Includes 2 interchangeable left hands. Includes 2 interchangeable right hands. Includes art print by Ivan Reis. Product dimension is 33.4 inches in height, which is, an average for the 1/3 scale, 12.2 inches in width, and 15.7 inches in length. It weighs 33 pounds. It's not light at all. Release is, according to this, going to release on the fourth quarter of 2020 in the US. And this item will be shipped from the warehouse in Los Angeles. And of course, the 10% that you have to pay from the SRP, it is not refundable. We know that. And we're looking at the pictures. I love this. Of course, this is a very classic depiction. Of course, it's based on Ivan Reis' art. But I love this depiction because, of course, this is classic all around. And it does remind me also a little bit of the representation of Jim Lee of the character on, I would say, Batman Hush, for example, and some other art prints and art, in this case, comics that he did with the Joker. But look at this. Definitely love it. Really love the concept. I would say that at first when he came out, I wasn't too keen of it or crazy about it, but I like it. And I think another very, I would say, parallel Joker would be Bermejo's Joker, that it's done by Prime One Studio. If you like the Bermejo style, definitely that's the one to go, but you're more into the classic one, this is the one to go, in my opinion. But look at that, of course, with the gun. Very nice, with the cards in his hand, the Joker in his hand. But look at that. Great. And the paint job is great. It's fantastic. Look at that. Very nicely done. There is some detail. We're going to look at some pictures more closely in just a moment. Love all the stuff, the dynamite on the base. This is a very interesting base. It's not overpowering. It's not huge. It's just, it plays with it. It plays well with it. Love the suit. Love the colors. Of course, some people, prefer the, in this case, the tailoring of some pieces. And that's the reason. But this is fully sculpted. And that's another option if you cannot really stand clothing your statues. Then definitely this is a great option. Love that. Love the buttons. The glove. The paint job is done well. Look at that. The detail on his suit. Very nicely done. And of course, this is the mask from the Death in the Family. Of course, the reattached skin. The mask of his face attached to his body again. That is crazy. This is, of course, from Scott Snyder's run with, in this case, Capullo. But love that. That's a great detail. And, of course, the interchangeable, but in this case, baton or cane. Really nice. Look at that. Love that. They did a fantastic job, actually, with the resemblance on that one. So if you want the classic, but also you want some crazy, more modern crazy, this is the way to go for sure. And of course the classic portrait. Love the green they did on everything here in his suit, in his jacket, his vest. Very nicely done. The flower, the gun, super nice. The shoes, there's a lot of detail there as well. Oh wow! Now I notice in the eyes they have this green eyes. That's a good job right there. They did a good job with those eyes. Nicely done. The hair, of course, the green is nice. Perfect. I love this gargoyle right here. Cool. And, of course, the pistol with the long barrel. Very Joker. Dynamite right there. I like this. This little Batmite right there. Super cool. And, oh, wow. Boom. I didn't. First time I see that. That's pretty cool. Actually, I'm telling you this. I was bypassing this piece for quite some time. This is not something that just came out recently. It's been out on Predator for, I would say a couple of weeks. But man, I was bypassing it. I was not really paying attention. But now that I'm looking at it, man, it has a lot of great detail. Great paint job. Great style. Now, of course, all the interchangeable parts. You got includes the extra head, the extra hand with cane, the extra hand with mullet. Oh, I didn't notice that until now. Okay, so you can change. I just didn't notice the gun for a mullet. Nice. That's definitely great. So definitely, I would say that this piece has all the extras that are necessary, and that's great. Fully sculpted. What can go wrong with that? Unless something is done wrong in the sculpt or in the final product, but definitely it's fantastic. And that's a very scary mask, of course, skin mask. Wow. Definitely, this is great. Great angle right there. Very scary. Definitely, this is a great piece. All right, now we're moving into the star of the show, which is the Wonder Woman versus Darkseid Diorama 1/6, DC Comics by Evan Reese. Now, the first thing that I'm going to point out that I'm not really happy with is the price, $799.99. Although we have to keep in mind that this collection started also with the Superman versus Doomsday that also was really expensive when it came out, and it was only available in Brazil initially, and it was hard to get. Of course, now Iron Studios has an international license, so of course, they can sell these products. But this collection has been fantastic. I love that. I love the Batman versus Bane. That's another great diorama. This is definitely unparalleled with those, and the quality, on the style, of course. Now, if you can see here, you can choose up to 8 payments that you can pay in full. And this information here, as we know, we already read that. This diorama is a 1/6, which is not a small. This is not a 1/10. This is a huge piece. Limited edition based on concept art by Evan Reese from DC Comics and Charusco Studios. Made in polystone, hand painted. Now the dimensions, as you can see, is 18.5 inches in height, 21.2 inches in width, 15.3 inches in length, which means that this is definitely a huge piece. The product weight is 27.1 pounds, which is less than Joker, but definitely close to it. Just by the only difference is what, 6 pounds. Release is in the US is the fourth quarter of 2020. Of course, all of this is subject to change. But now let's look at the pictures. And while we're looking at the pictures, I want to point something out that is my only thing. Although I love this piece, Don't get me wrong. I love the concept. There were a couple of things where I was looking at, I think this is not the best angle perhaps, or the best pose for, in this case, for Darkseid, or the most appealing for Darkseid, but it's great because it's a battle and they're battling. And of course, Darkseid is a lot taller than Wonder Woman, so he's looking down. However, my only thing is that I don't consider this battle as iconic as Superman versus Doomsday or Batman versus Bane. And let me, I would say, add more to that because I want to explain myself on it. You know, when you think about the foes over the years that, in this case, Wonder Woman has confronted, you have to think about Cheetah, for example. But if you want a more powerful foe, you have to think about Ares. I think Ares, in this case, the god of war, would have been a much better option to confront, in this case, Wonder Woman. I don't know why they didn't go for that. They probably wanted something totally different based on the art of Evan Reese. But I don't know. It's just, I feel that this is not necessarily a bad thing because it's a great battle. It's fresh, it's new, it's something totally different. It wouldn't be my first choice. But let's now look at the piece. I definitely love this angle. It is great. Love that. And definitely love the parademon right there on the ground. I think that's a great addition to it because this is a battle right there. And of course, you know, when you think about Wonder Woman battling, in this case, Darkseid has always been in the, I would say, within the midst of the Justice League. And of course, I don't know if that's what they're trying to accomplish. They want to give more Justice League. I would, in this case, if you're going for Darkseid, definitely you have to go for Superman. As we know on the most recent XM Studios 1/6 scale, also Diorama, which is terrific. It's fantastic. I love the depiction there. Superman is the first, or the person that is confronting directly Darkseid. But this is not a bad piece at all. And I love this angle. Really love that. This is more bright. The paint job they did here. This feels more classic than the depiction from XM in so many ways. Really love the dynamic pose of Wonder Woman. As you can see, she has really strong legs right there. That parademon is definitely choking right there. Looks great. But looking at this angle, and this is the only thing, this piece is going to look better from the front and from the side, looking towards Darkseid, and rather than the back. This is the back. This is a reference of his body. His boots have some dirt. That's nice, I would say, detail there. Now looking at this, she does have some hair for sure. Some volume in that hair. Really nice. Definitely it's a nice paint job. She's angry. She's upset. She's an old, I would say, an older image of Wonder Woman. I do like the version that actually the Wonder Woman that XM did for the diorama. I think I love the Wonder Woman there more, the depiction there. But it doesn't mean that this is a bad one. It really goes well with the style that they're trying to accomplish here, as they did with Superman and as they did with Batman on the previous dioramas. The parademon, we have a close-up right there. I like that. This is definitely a great detail. The paint job is great. Definitely the lasso of truth, super cool. As you can see, the body of in this case Diana looks great. Her Wonder Woman outfit looks great, and of course the size of this guy is huge. He's huge. Of course, he should be. Definitely like the portrait more on the XM. Gotta be honest with you. I love the detail there more. This one it seems like it has less texture. It's more classic. But it's not a bad piece at all, as you can see. Definitely great. And look at that. That's a nice angle for this guy. I love the angle there. Now she's angry, as you can see. She's upset. Look at that. Love that. Definitely it's a battle diorama. Mother box right there. Nice detail. Now the stones, I would say the stone, they have detail, but in my opinion, they could have been done better on that. I feel that it's okay. It's not bad at all. The base, it's a great base. I feel that it needs a little more, maybe more rust, or maybe more, I don't know, more shading perhaps. But beyond that, I think it's great. Now this angle, as you can see with the lighting, all looks, the piece looks good, looks great. That's another great angle right there. That's a great angle. Wonder Woman looks upset. She's hot though. I can say that's a hot piece right there. And look at that. Great. Another concern would be for me is that I feel that these hands are a bit too small in my opinion. I noticed that, particularly not with this one, but mostly with this one. It seems small in comparison to that head. He has a big head. And as you can see, that kind of gives us a better idea. That's a tiny hand in comparison to his head. He does have a big head. Now, this gives us a better reference in the scale. And the height this person is 1.8 meters, which is 70.8 inches, which is technically close to 6 feet. But you can see that. So it is really a huge piece on the 1/6 scale, of course. Particularly the Darkseid. Darkseid is huge. Definitely, this is a great piece. Again, it wouldn't be my first choice when it comes about a battle, particularly at this price point. I would have preferred perhaps Ares, or I would have preferred a Cheetah. Those to me are the foes when I think about Wonder Woman, the classic foes that she has confronted, you know, over the years. And there's others as well. But I don't know, it's not bad. That doesn't mean that the piece is bad or terrible or it's a bad choice. It is a great piece and definitely a great concept, and I like it. Well, guys, there you have it. I'm telling you this. I love what Iron Studios is doing. They have fresh, new ideas, great concepts, and they're different. They're trying to play at a different, I would say, at a different role in the industry, particularly in this industry, in this hobby where we tend to stick around the same concepts. Companies normally, they play it safe, because it's easier to sell products like that. You know, you go for the same characters, you go for the same dioramas, the same poses. But Iron Studios is trying to do their own thing and, you know, walk at their own beat. And that's great. Of course, you know, as a comic book geek, as a statue collector that loves familiarity, I would prefer a different battle in this, but ultimately I think it's a great concept and it was greatly done. So I know that people are going to go for this, are going to be happy, and the same for those who are going to choose the Joker or the ones that are going for the 1/10 scale figures. I think these are great pieces. Another concern would be, of course, the price point. I think it's one that a lot of people are talking right now. But unfortunately, this is a conversation that it's happening all across the board with all the companies. And it is unfortunate, but at the same time, it's pretty much the vision, or is the reality of the times, and we have to accept it, unfortunately. But what is your opinion? What do you think? Do you like these pieces? Are you going to pre-order them, or are you going to pass them? You think they're too expensive? Let me know in the comments below. So once again, my friends, thanks for watching. God bless you. Take care, and I'll talk to you again. Bye-bye.